What's going on, beautiful people? It's your boy here, Wesley from West the Critic here on YouTube, the one place on the World Wide Web where we actually give you a real human's perspective and review on cinema. I am here to talk to y'all about M3GAN. I just went to go see it earlier today. And yeah, we're going to get into some things. If this is your first time seeing me, definitely follow me on all my Instagram and social media platforms and Twitters and things. West the Critic. Also, you can follow me on A Connection TV. All the links are below. And what I would love for y'all to do is cop this hoodie, baby. Cozy, 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 because you're cozy in the skin that you're in. And I got all the different shades, baby. Beige, something beige, something yellow beige. I'm black, bitch. However the song go. Anyways, like I do on my reviews all the time, the way that I break down my reviews, I am going to talk about the actors first, the script second, give my rating of the movie, a 1 through a 10, and then after that, I talk about the movie in length. Not like specific details and spoilers, but I'm gonna talk about the movie. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, then after the rating, you stop the video, you go check out the movie, and then you come back to hear my review. Anyways, what is M3GAN about? M3GAN is a marvel of artificial intelligence, a lifelike doll that's programmed to be a child's greatest companion and a parent's greatest ally. Designed by Gemma, a brilliant roboticist, M3GAN can listen, watch, learn as it plays the role of friend and teacher, playmate, and protector. When Gemma becomes the unexpected caretaker of her 8-year-old niece, she decides to give the girl a M3GAN prototype, a decision that leads to unimaginable consequences. I didn't really know what the whole story was gonna be about, but in watching the movie and only seeing the trailer once, I was pleasantly surprised, right? Let's get into the actors. We have Amy Donald, who plays M3GAN. She is actually in the costume with the prosthetic and all that when she's M3GAN. So that was pretty dope to obviously know that there was a real, human behind the suiting and the practicality of it all, for the most part, right? And then Jenna Davis mouths M3GAN, which was interesting. And then Gemma, played by Allison Williams, she was cool. She did a cool job. And then we have Violet McGraw as Katie, the young girl. So I'm gonna tell you, out of the 4 of them, obviously M3GAN was twisted. But to be honest, Violet McGraw playing Katie was rather twisted. And I'm not even gonna sit here and say that the interpretation that she gave of a child in that particular man dealing with those circumstances was valid, because I don't know, like, she was the embodiment of M3GAN for me. Yes, she had lost her parents and she was going through some stuff or whatever, but I don't know, I felt real evil like seeping through her pores. Maybe it was just me, but I mean, it worked. All of those actresses did a great job, and everyone involved in the film did a great job, even the supporting cast. The script, let me tell you. So the writer or writers of the film are Akela Couper and James Wan. Akela Couper is a black woman, so it's great to see. And everybody involved in this particular project, the diversity was on another level, so that was dope. The script was actually really good. And the reason why I say that it was actually really good, it was because it's a full-length movie. It's not an hour. It's not an hour and 20 minutes. It's damn near 2-hour film. And you sit there and you're like, this is really a fleshed out story. And so I appreciated that. And usually in these like horror flicks, you don't really get a lot of story. You just get a lot of death and destruction and horror. But M3GAN actually has some substance. You get to figure out why these people are the way that they are, how we get there. You get to see how we get there. And then you see the aftermath and the consequences of it all. It talks about parenting. It talks about parenting in today's world. It talks about kids today and how they're raised. It talks about dealing with grief. It talks about, putting things off and managing time and or workplace balance. It talks about a lot of different things, but from the perspective of the 2023 era and dealing with the parents and the kids. So I really love the script. I give this movie M3GAN an 8 out of 10, all honesty. It's not like phenomenally groundbreaking, but it was a refreshing film starting off the year, and I was like, all right, this is what 2023 is gonna be like. I'm here for it, let's go. An 8 out of 10 means go see it. Definitely. There's a beginning, there's a middle, and there's a great end. The script is fully fleshed out. You have no questions left, which is great. The actors are awesome. They're all responding the way that they need to respond. And in the midst of all of this, there were moments of where I laughed. This could be called a thriller slash comedy slash drama. I don't know what that would be called. Thrillomedy. It's a thrillomedy. It really was. And I was just like, oh my God, this is so good. You know, and I was really enthralled. I was laughing and getting engaged. Laughing and engaged. M3GAN is a trip, baby. M3GAN is a trip. So we about to get into the talking of this real quick. And it's not going to be a long video because I don't want to spoil the entire thing for you. So if you are continuing to watch, you're watching at your own leisure. But I was so shocked at the beginning of this film when the accident happened because I was just like, oh my God, I didn't know this was gonna happen. And then how they transitioned into how Katie gets to stay with Gemma, it was smooth. You know, I was like, oh, okay, so she's the sister of the mother and she's staying with her. I just liked how the way it was a smooth transition all the way through. It wasn't like this deep, 9 years later, 8 weeks later, 24 hours ago. It was boom, accident, boom, we live in here, boom, there's a transition, boom, she's working, boom, can she manage to do it before she gets fired, boom. You know what I'm saying? It was just boom, 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 pow. And the director of this film, which is Gerard Johnstone, was laying all the groundwork for you to understand what would come up later, what you need to pay attention to, how it's gonna work into the story and our plot. Really, really good, really, really well done, right? Mind you, like I said earlier, Katie, you could miss me with Katie. I would not want Katie in my house. Katie is M3GAN, period. She's like sad and depressed, and obviously because her parents died, okay, great. But I mean, eat a cracker or something. Like, she's like moping all over the place, so depressing. And in my mind, I'm like, Gemma, you're single, no kids, you're a roboticist. Why are you trying to worry about a child? Clearly it's your niece, so you want to worry about the child. But I'm like, not so much. Because Katie is just not here. She comes in the house, she wants to play with the collectible. Gemma's like, no, that's not a toy that you play with, it's a collectible. Then she's all down and mopey. She's eating one single piece of bread with peanut butter on it. The peanut butter layer is like really, really thin. Katie is sending me throughout this whole thing and I'm like, girl, smile. Even though she just lost her parents, I get that. Time before we meet up with M3GAN. But when we meet up with M3GAN, baby, M3GAN throughout this whole film had so many moments of just pure genius. From like the moment where she comes in the house and she introduced M3GAN to Katie, and Katie is like playing with M3GAN or whatever. When you see like the time loop and it progresses, there's a moment where Gemma is explaining what M3GAN is capable of doing. She's citing her speech that she's going to give for the presentation for our company. And so in the mix of that is a time loop and we're progressing forward. Katie is paired up with M3GAN and M3GAN is watching over Katie because that's her job and that's what she's supposed to do. There was a moment where Katie goes to go into the bathroom and Katie comes to walk out. And M3GAN's like, no, go flush the toilet, Katie. M3GAN is standing there. She's like, flush the toilet, Katie. Katie goes to flush the toilet. She's skipping and she's all happy and stuff. Then M3GAN's like, go wash your hands, Katie. Katie goes to wash her hands. M3GAN's like, roll up your sleeves, Katie. Katie's rolling up the sleeves. All the while M3GAN is like, has a pleasant face on her because she's chilling in the moment. She's getting accustomed to Katie. She's getting accustomed to Katie. But as the time progresses, you can see that M3GAN is getting aggravated. So we get that same moment where Katie goes to leave the toilet full and not flush it. And so as she's leaving the bathroom, M3GAN stops her with her hand and is like, go flush the toilet, Katie. Go flush the toilet, Katie. Like you can see that M3GAN is adjusted and she's getting annoyed like humans do. Man, let me tell you, there were so many moments. The moment where the neighbor's dog takes a bite out of M3GAN because Katie's playing outside and she shoots the arrow into the neighbor's yard or whatever. And, you know, Katie's like, Megan, do you see where I shot the bow? Do you see it? Do you see it? Megan scans the bow and she's looking for the bow or whatever. She's looking for the bow or whatever. She finds the bow. The bow is in the neighbor's yard. So she goes to get the bow out of the neighbor's yard, but then the dog attacks Megan. Like ferociously attacks Megan. This movie is hilarious. When Megan gets up out the screen, she gets up out the screen, hair frayed, she got leaves and stuff on her face. You see her face is over it. She's completely pissed and wanting to murk this dog or whatever the case may be. And then the dog even takes a bite out of Katie's arm. Like, you know, this movie is rated PG-13, but, you know, of course they didn't show the kills, but they have blood all throughout this. And I'm like, okay, that's the way that they're getting away with this because they're not showing the kills. But like, what is going on here? Like, what's happening? You know what I'm saying? So Megan sees that the dog bites Katie and Megan's job is to protect Katie at all costs. So late at night, Miss Megan gonna drop some treats in the yard, calling the dog, using the dog's owner voice to call the dog. The dog goes to the trap and Megan gets him. And I was so hoping that they would not show this dog dying. Like, I was like, please do not show this dog dying. Don't do that. That is not nice. And they don't show the dog dying, but there were so many scenes in this movie that just was tripping me out. Baby, listen, the scene in the woods with the two kids, now, I don't really know how I feel about that scene, to be honest. That scene was doing way too much for me. It was a scene where the kids were emulating adult situations, but forceful adult situations. Like our adult situations. And in my mind, I'm like, why is this a PG-13 film and why are they having these kids do this? I'm so confused. Like, the little boy took Megan's shoe off and then laid Megan down on the ground and then got on top of her in a very suggestive way. And then, like, was assaulting Megan while on top of her. I was so confused why this was in the movie and why this was in the movie PG-13. But then the fact that Megan attacks the boy ferociously and, like, chases him down the woods and everything, and then the boy ends up getting hit by a car. Like, I was like, whoa, this is real dark. This got real dark, and how is this okay? How is this in a PG-13 film and I'm watching it and it's okay? This is so dark. This is so dark. But listen, y'all, the movie is an 8. I love the movie. Y'all need to go see it. I don't want to spoil everything for you, so I'm gonna leave it there, but you got my rating. It's an 8 out of 10. It's a fun film that just has you giggling because Megan is a mess. And Megan says things that adults want to say. So it's just very, very interesting, right? It's hilarious at moments. Go check out Megan. This is my Western Critic review. Also follow me on Instagram. I post all my reviews there in flyer form, so go check that out. I'm gonna be updating in 2023 because it's a new year. Thank you so much for watching. Deuces.